and welcome back to the Vintage Unicorn Beauty Makeup and etc. I thought it was only fitting with this wonderful hair and this cute little dress from D'Andre to do a Lolita schoolgirl, really soft nude. You know me, come on. But it is a very soft look by my standards. So it is a cut crease, a little bit of pink, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, I want to remind you guys to please subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. I love hearing from you guys, and enjoy the video. Mwah. If you're looking at these brows like, oh my gosh, Emma, what were you thinking? Honestly, because of this hair, I just love this beautiful blonde curly hair. I love the way super dark eyebrows look with really light hair. So I'm going to try my very best to pull this together and kind of recreate what I have going on in my head, which is a rosy cut crease. So I have just prep and primed my eyes with the MAC Prep Fix Plus, and I'm going to be working out of the Venus 3 as well as out of my NARS palette. My NARS Narcissist palette is my go-to nude palette. Even though I may have like every little thing made by Kat Von D, I never went for her Shade and Light palette because I honestly, as much as I love Kat Von D, these colors are a lot more up that alley for me. So I am going to start by building in a nice soft, if I can find my brush, I'm going to start by building in a nice soft crease and then intensifying. I'm going to take this chocolatey brown on my 506 and start building that into the crease on both eyes. Building up lightly and then gradually intensifying. Now that that's built up and fairly evenly blended on both sides, I want to dip into a shade darker, which on the NARS palette is the shade down here at the bottom. It is the darkest brown, but I'm going to work it in very slowly. Just for reference, I started with this kind of cappuccino-y color. So I'm going to start very gently building that in. Too much pigment will mess this look up. I just know it. I love this palette, but man, it can deposit pigment very quickly. So I am just going to slowly build up and show you on this eye and then match the other. So this is a very gradual process. And it's very, very soft. I am applying almost no pressure. I want there to be enough depth in the crease that it's obvious it's there, but I don't want it to be overpowering when I go in to cut it. So I'm actually really liking the tone that I have here, and I am going to replicate it on the other side. I know a lot of people like to cut creases with something like a lip brush. I find it a little easier to use something small like a pencil brush. I know you can see like the back of my makeup right there, so that's a little behind the scenes. That's where I keep my lime crime stuff. All right, I love the way this, every time I bring this out, I have to say how much I love it. Just the smell, the texture, everything. I don't think I've ever used this concealer for anything but crease cutting because it is just, it's so good. All right, and I'm going to gradually start building that up. I want to widen my natural eye, so I'm going to go right where that second fold is. Picking up more concealer because the brush is getting a little dirty. Bringing it out just the tiniest bit on the side, underneath that wing that I've built. So then I'm just going to up the opacity a little bit, clean it up, make sure it is clean and where I want it to be. It's a little thin right here, for example. God, what a wonderful way to spend a Friday night, listening to the Decemberists, listening to Colin Malaya, the Decemberists, and doing makeup. But that's really how I feel. I also want to bring it out just a little bit here and then work to blend it seamlessly into that crease that I've created. And then I'm going to match on the other eye and work a little bit more on that opacity, particularly right here on that wing. Now that I have the line where my wonderful cut concealer is, my cut crease, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D brow product. Sorry, let me straighten this out. In Walnut, and this is really gonna scare the crap out of me. Like, I don't really know if I can do this, but we're gonna find out. I'm like debating, should I use the smallest Morphe brush I have? I'm thinking yes. So I'm just going to very delicately get some of this product on there. And it's so creamy that it's almost intimidating. I like it. And then I want to bring that to a very definite flick so that it accentuates what I have going on. And on this side, let's see if I can match that. Okay, there she is. I almost want to bring it a little deeper, and that might ruin the look, but you know what? Let's learn. That way I'm cleaning up any spottiness, anything that got lost in the concealer. I also see there's a little bit of a dent right here, so I'm going to use it to kind of fix that as well. Oh, this is actually a really, well, I should know because I've used the red product before, but this brow stuff is so universal. There's so many things you can do with it. I can't wait to do something with the green one. Oh my gosh. For anyone who wants to do something like with liquid lipstick, this would be a very good way to test your skills on that, because I still get a little freaked out with using liquid lipsticks on my eyes. And you know, it's just an easy thing to learn with. Now I'm just taking that E36 and buffing it in slight circular motions upwards so that I'm not blending into my cut crease too much. And luckily I'm picking up quite a bit of product and moving it, which is adding to the depth in the background. That way I can fill in this little weird bit that I have right here. Very elongated eye. I'm very, very happy with it. Oh my gosh. Did I really do that? Oh, yay! So I am going to do another thing with the walnut brow color, which is also kind of freaking me out, but I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna do it. And while I do that, I'm going to tell you guys a story that I thought of today, which is such a touching story. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to line just below my lash line. When I had very, very recently gotten out of prison, I decided that I wanted to go get my hair done. At the time I was working, if you can believe this, in landscaping. And I mean, I was busting my ass. I was riding my bike, you know, 6 miles in the snow, uphill both ways. No, not really, but I was waking up at 4 in the morning to ride my bike 6 miles to my landscaping job. I did not want my life to be crazy anymore. I was done with the dope. I was done with the craziness. And, you know, I had to start from the bottom. I wasn't sure if I'd ever actually make it back up to the top. So, like, this was what I was doing. And I decided to treat myself by going to get my hair dyed black. And I went to a salon, actually right across the street from that record shop I was talking about, that was kind of like a hipster bar. You know, they had like a wine bar and they did cool hair. And I had remembered them from my childhood and I knew they were super expensive. So the entire time that the artist was working on me, I was like fully prepared and ready to pay. It was something I was doing for myself. At this point, I think I'd been out about 2 or 3 months and, you know, living at the halfway house and all that. So I just wanted to feel good about me. So he asked me about myself. Sorry, it's an emotional story. He asked me about myself and I told him, you know, that I had just gotten out of prison and that I was this and that. And he really like didn't believe me and he kept asking more and more questions. And then when I went up to pay, the most beautiful thing happened. And I would usually like I was raised never to kind of accept this kind of thing, but the bill was just over $100. And he handed me a receipt for $0 because he knew I needed a receipt because I was going back to the halfway house, because he didn't charge me anything. And it was that little spark of kindness that kind of propelled me to keep going forward and, you know, later endeavor to do something to help other people. For those of you who don't know what my career is in real life, I work in a residential treatment facility, a nonprofit, and I assist those with substance use disorders because as a recovering addict myself, I know the value of someone helping another person. It's a guiding principle in the majority of the programs that you cite when you think about, you know, recovery, and I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little look at that. So I hope you like that little story time. Real quick though, going into the detail on the eye. I don't know why I haven't played with this more. I know I got it and was like super excited about it, played with it a bit, but it's a really cool palette. So I am going to start with Dreamy, which is this beautiful rose color, and I am going to blend that all over the eye, except for the inner corner. I want to leave just a little bit of space in the inner corner for that widening. I just want to build in that oval shape and continue packing it on. So this might take me just a little while, but I'm going to continue until it's just a little bit more pink. If you can believe it, I am actually not planning on doing a winged eyeliner in this because I want the wing to come from the eyeshadow look. So I want there to be like a bunch of wings at play here. And to do that, what I need is a flat brush that I feel confident to use. This is my Scone Small Shadow Brush. I'm going to take Bliss, which is a darker dusty pink, and I am going to carefully, ooh, wow, very, very big color payoff. So I'm gonna start blending that in and slowly bringing it out. And I may actually line again with the, I'm gonna line again with that walnut color, so. All right, I'm just gonna build that into the outer corner and start flicking it out. I don't know why that contrast is so pretty to me. It's like cool or something. I don't know. It's pretty. I'm very happy with this. What I did is I just packed it in the outer V, and it took quite a little bit of persuasion, but it did work. I'm a little freaked out about this look. I'm not gonna lie at all. So I'm gonna take a clean E36 brush. I'm just gonna double check that it's clean, and I'm going to take this color Paradise, which is a dark purple, and I am going to buff that and try and blow it out into a wing, just so I can intensify that outer corner. And I am also gonna start bringing it down under the lash line. And that is working out quite nicely. Whoa, the light just totally changed in here. That was crazy. It was crazy. I know a lot of people, when they do their lower lash line, like to look in the mirror. I actually prefer to do it by sight because I feel it looks a little bit more authentic or a little bit more natural in its gradation. I'm not sure. Could be very wrong there. And also I do like more of, I guess, a raccoon eye. So what I'm going to do now that I have these colors all packed together is I'm just going to take a very small and, you know, not affiliated, it has not touched any other thing in this look, blending brush and small circles, trying not to get the brown in this. Then again, excuse me, the brown should stay separate. It should stay in its playpen because of the concealer as well as the brow lock. That cream should act as a natural barrier, I guess. So now that that is nice and dusted in and gradiated, I want to say gradiated. I want to really highlight that inner corner. And as much as I like the white inner corner, because I have the pink, it just doesn't match. So I am going to use Beam, which is this highly pigmented metallic right here, and see if I can get some color payoff on the brush. It's minimal, so I might have to use my finger, but I would prefer to apply it to my lid using the brush. And I kind of just want to blend a little bit more here, and it actually added a little bit of sheen, but it's not paying off super well. So I'm gonna finish off what I need to on the lid and then use my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to take my little pinky finger and go right into that color Beam. I don't know that I've used it very much. And just kind of pack it in there in it's almost like a swipe. And then a pat. So it's there, but it's very subtle, which is very much what I wanted. All right, the look is very close to done. I am very happy with it. What I do want to do is intensify the liner using the little tiny Morphe liner brush and the Kat Von D. Then we're gonna lights, camera, lashes. So I intensified with the walnut brow, and I'm really liking this look. I really am. It's a look that I don't think I've done in a long time on this channel, using more neutral colors, and I don't want to use eyeliner. I really do want to use eyeliner, but I'm not going to. I also am not going to use false lashes. I am going to apply just a little bit of this fiber building mascara. Not too much because it does get difficult to work with. And because there isn't a line for the lashes to compete with, my eyes are gonna kind of just love it for a minute here with really big lashes. I do want to blend out just a little bit more. Just there's a little bit of smudginess, a little bit of messiness that I can't deal with right now. So I'm going to do that. Just bring this look together a little bit more. I don't want full-on graphic liner. I want cut crease. So this eye is cooperating. This eye, which actually came out with a nicer shape, isn't wanting to. So I'm just going to bring it out, and there's the look. I am very happy with it. So let's finish it off. I'm thinking lipstick. I'm actually thinking of a light lipstick. So we're gonna pull out, let me look at my little lipstick drawer, see what I've got. Nude Beach, Coral Fixation. Why don't we go with a gloss? So this is Anastasia Beverly Hills Toffee Lip Gloss, and I'm going to, definitely what I was going for. I was going for a soft, almost Lolita look to pull off a little schoolgirl dress with the collar and the hair. All right. Now, it wouldn't be a Lolita look if it didn't have some crazy blush and a little bit of contours. I'm gonna add just a little bit of that. Still getting used to my new makeup organization system. So I'm going to use my Fard Ombre. I love this blush. And I'm going to use my same method, only I'm gonna be very light with it. I just want it on the very high ends of my cheeks. All right. I'm really gonna buff that out. Try and sheer it out just a little bit. I just love the tone of this blush on my skin, I really do. It's definitely like a hyper-pigmented blush, but I dig it. It's a little darker on my right, so I'm gonna go in just a little bit more. And there we go, I have that little almost schoolgirl blush. You know, that whole in the locker room kind of thing. Goodness, I'm sorry. So sorry. So let's do a little bit of powder concealer. I'm not powder concealer, is that even a thing? Powder contours. I'm gonna take my Milk Chocolate Soleil. I still am using this little sample size of it. It's a great product, but I don't think I'm ever gonna buy the full size. I got it in an Ipsy bag quite a while ago, and you know what? It still works for me. I'm quite happy with it, so why fix it? It's not broken. And I'm just going to cover one side of it and bring that into the hollows of my cheeks and try and incorporate it a little with that blush, which will happen in a moment when I finish the look with some finishing powder. All right. So I have a little bit of a sculpting. I'm gonna go in the nose just a little bit. All right, let's use some finishing powder and end this video. I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for continuing to watch, for the channel continuing to grow. I have a lot of really exciting things coming up. I have officially purchased I have officially made plans to receive my first Super Designer product, and it is a Gothic brand product. And I'm going to be featuring that both here and on Instagram. So I am also, this is exciting, something that I can share with you guys. I have also decided, I mean, I have struggled with weight issues and body acceptance for my entire life. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It finishing powder. It's really soft. I love it. It's like the softest powder ever. But totally off track. I really want to feel better as myself, so I have endeavored to start a personal training regimen, and I do have a goal. I want to ideally lose 25 pounds, and you know what, if I do, that's great. If I don't, you know, it's a work in progress. It's something that I want to do, I'm doing for me, and I'm very excited for it. So this little body is gonna get a little smaller, and I hope that you guys can follow me on my health and fitness journey. So remember to subscribe. The Jeffree Star giveaway is going strong. This is not the one, but this is one of many fabulous prizes, the Blood Sugar palette, the Thirsty palette, and the Equality liquid lipstick set. Thank you guys so much. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope to upload at least 2 more times this weekend. So let's just, actually, I need to let my hair down. What am I thinking? I have a little French twist going on here. So let's look at this look. Ah, there she is. That is the look. That is the look. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.